Central on ESPN2, the ESPN app, so you can watch from anywhere. One app, one tap. George Kittle has been one of the best tight ends in the NFL over the past 3 years. Multiple AP All-Pro selections and one of two tight ends with over 3,000 yards, the other being Travis Kelce. Packers tight end Robert Tonyan had a breakout season last year, becoming the second Packers tight end in franchise history with 50 receptions and over 10 TDs. Both these tight ends will be a part of Tight End University, which will be a summit that will unite the league's best tight ends where they can learn from each other. Sounds super fun. We bring in George and Robert right now. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Where are you? There you are, from beautiful Nashville, loving the greenery and the scenery there. Thank you guys for being with us this morning. George, I got to start with you, because if I remember correctly, last time you were on the show, I was in my basement in Connecticut. It was middle of pandemic, and you were debating Stephen A. about Jimmy G, his favorite quarterback.
Really?
And yes. And now you drafted a new quarterback in Trey Lance. So I know it's been a minute, but you've had some time to reflect. What was your reaction when your team moved up and took him?
Well, I think just like the whole fact that we traded up to the third pick, and that was a couple weeks beforehand. Like that was surprising in itself, but exciting. You know, I'm all for like taking risks and taking shots, and because when you go up to the third pick, I mean, you're obviously trying to draft somebody that's going to change your franchise. And then the fun fact about when we drafted Trey Lance, I was actually on a flight and we took off, and I had no idea who we drafted until we got Wi-Fi like at 10,000 feet. So that was kind of an exhilarating like 15 minutes for me. Well, I mean, I was excited for it. Trey's a good quarterback. I'm excited to see the progression that he makes. He's a hell of an athlete. Just being in OTAs with him, he's a guy that wants to learn every single day. He's competitive every single day. Doesn't let a mistake stop him. Nothing snowballs. So he's got all the right attributes, and just excited to see how he progresses in training camp.
And Robert, I read a PFF grade for what highest, I think it was passer rating or QBR for tight ends, right? So you get more targets this year, and suddenly your quarterback is the highest passing rating. I'm sure that had something to do with the quarterback who was throwing you the ball, and also something to do with you. What is it going to be like on that team if Rodgers is not there?
I haven't really thought about it as a negative. I mean, I'm just working on myself and bettering myself in every aspect of my game, and taking guys along the way on the team who want to get better as well. And I think that that's everyone across the board. And that's out of our hands. And I think that if we think in a positive way and just want the best and hope for the best of the team and worry about the Green Bay Packers, I think all the pieces are going to fall into place and we'll be fine.
Hey guys, listen, George, you and I spoke when you came on my show, Stephen A's World, and I wanted to talk to you about this because I'm really interested in what y'all are doing at Tight End University, and I wanted you to tell us exactly why y'all decided to come up with this idea, and exactly what do you believe you guys are going to bring to the table for each other in terms of teaching one another about that position or elevating your level of knowledge about that position compared to what an actual position coach or an offensive coordinator or a head coach can bring. What are players themselves going to bring to the table that you can't get from learning from your coaches at the tight end spot?
Well, I mean, I think the best thing about tight end U is you're bringing together, and I think I said this on your show, I think that tight end is one of the most diverse positions in football because there's only one true starter on Sundays. There's one guy. So there's 32 starters in the NFL on every given Sunday. And all these tight ends are so vastly different. I mean, you got guys like Mercedes Lewis, who's been in the league 17 years. You got Kyle Pitts, who's a rookie. You got a guy like Luke Stalker, who's going into year 10, and he has 70 catches in his career, but he's played football for 10 years. And you got Evan Ingram. You got O.J. Howard. You got all these guys that just are so different, but they all play the same position. So my goal is to bring all these guys together. And because tight end's a position where you have to run block, pass pro, run routes, catch the ball, run routes on DBs. You have to get to the second level on linebackers, run routes against safeties. Like, you kind of have to do everything. So why not bring all of the world's best to one location and then learn from each other? Like a guy like Kyle Pitts or a second-year guy like Cole Kmet, they can come in and they can learn, hey, this is how Travis Kelce runs a corner post in the red zone, but this is how I get to the second level on my run blocking. And it just allows these guys to learn about every single aspect of their game. Because if you can play the tight end, if you can play the tight end position and do everything at a very high level, then there's not really anything a defense can do against you. Because what are you going to do? Line up a safety in you in the box, and all of a sudden you call a run play and you drive him 10 yards back and pancake him? Like, all right, then you got to put a linebacker on you. Then next thing you know, you're running a corner route and your quarterback's dropping you a dime, and then you're running for a touchdown. There's just so many things that a tight end can do. And so when you can bring all the best in the game to learn from each other, you're gonna get guys that are elevating their game and are playing the position at a higher level week in and week out.
Has Tim Tebow applied to tight end you? I hear that he has recommendation from Urban Meyer. Does that mean anything? Has he applied yet, guys?
The thing about tight end U is, so unfortunately this year we were limited on space. I can't invite everybody, which is tough for me because I want the tight end position to be every NFL tight end. I want everyone to come because I want everyone to learn, everyone to get better. But we didn't really plan that every single tight end would want to come. We thought we were going to get like 20, 25 guys max. And the next thing we knew, we were at 45 to 50. Ran out of hotel rooms, kind of ran out of space just in general. So hopefully in the next coming years, I can make it available to every single person. And then any tight end that wants to come can show up, learn, get better, and just take another step forward.
Thank you, Tim, for your application. Unfortunately, we have a limited amount of space at tight end. I got you.
Well, you know what, Max? It's just one thing that's hard for me is like, how do I not invite, like, if I can't invite every tight end, how do I not invite like a second or third string guy in a team that's been playing tight end since he was 18 years old in high school? And like nothing against Tim Tebow. I hope that he has incredible success this year. I hope he has 10 touchdowns. I hope he has a great year. But it's hard for me to invite someone to this that just started playing the position when I can't invite a guy that's been playing it for 8 to 10 years. That's just hard for me. And like I said, hopefully I can make it open to every single player.
Good point. I gotta switch gears in this regard. I remember, if I remember correct, I don't remember. You can refresh my memory if you want to. A couple of years ago or so, Jimmy Graham made news because obviously he was a tight end, but if I remember correctly, he felt like he should have been paid as a hybrid or a wide receiver or whatever, because in the NFL, unlike other sports, they'll look at you at a particular position and basically say, okay, there's a time limit on this. You're a running back. By the time you hit 29 or 30 years of age, you'll be on the downside of your career. Who knows what they think about tight ends compared to wide receivers? I want to know what, if any reason at all, did that play in you guys coming together and creating Tight End University, because of the absence of appreciation that seems to be accorded to that position by NFL teams. Can both of y'all speak to that for a second?
Yeah, I mean, I think Greg Olsen said it really well. Like in the prime of his career, he was making like $7 million, and he was blocking defensive ends that made $15 to $20 million, and he was running routes against corners and safeties that made $15 to $20 million, and they paid him $7 million. So you're asking a guy that is supposed to do everything on a football field to go against all these guys that are making a ton of money, and we're going to pay you half. And yeah, like there's a lot of teams that say, well, we can sacrifice at the tight end position if we have elite wide receivers, if we have elite running backs, an elite quarterback, an elite left tackle. But if you look at the past, 10 years, every team that's been in Super Bowl contention has had an elite tight end on the field. I mean, look what the Patriots did with Gronk. Look what the Chiefs are doing with Kelsey. We're trying to get back, but we were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. The Packers have been in the NFC Championship game back-to-back years. The teams that are playing at elite levels have elite tight ends that are making plays for them on a consistent basis. So I feel like it's time for all those tight ends to finally get rewarded for that. So yeah, it's a part of it that I want to bring these tight ends together so we can all take a step forward, because when one tight end succeeds, all of us actually succeed, whether that's getting paid or whether it's just getting more plays for guys to put on tape.
No question, especially when you mentioned the Patriots. They had a lot of those 2 tight end sets as well. Real quick, before, I was just thinking about you guys both being here together. Obviously, you have the commonality of both playing the tight end position, but you both don't really know who's going to be your starting quarterback week 1. So have you been able, Robert, to kind of bond over that and have some conversations and how you prepare when it's up in the air?
Yeah, I mean, just being around and surrounding yourself with someone like George and the guys that we are down here is just kind of just focusing on yourself and getting yourself better, no matter who's going to be behind center. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's something that we can't control, and that's the business aspect of it. But what we can control is how hard we work and how we come every day to work with that mentality, and how many people we're going to bring along the way with us. And like I said before, I'm not really focusing on the negative. I'm focusing on the positives and what we are going to be with Aaron behind center. until it's proven otherwise. So I'm not really worried about that.
The only question that I have about Tight End University, if you're George Kittle and the San Francisco 49ers are going up against the Green Bay Packers in another NFC Championship game, and Robert is playing lights out, I'm wondering whether or not you're going to regret the help that you provided each other, at that particular moment in time. You know what I'm saying? When somebody performs and they showing out and it's to your detriment. Do y'all think about something like that?
No, yes or no, man. I pray for every tight end success in a football field, whether it's, against us, whether it's not against us. And then the challenge of that is, okay, well, then I have to go play a lights out game as well. And the pressure's on us as individuals to perform every single Sunday, week in, week out. And on those those NFC championship games, AFC championship games, Super Bowls, it's on us to perform. But like I said, if the highlight of the NFC championship game is a tight end battle, and that's what people are talking about, I think it's just bringing awareness to the tight end position, and it's just pushing that position another step forward in the respect against other positions on the football field. So I'm all for it. Like, I want every game, I want a tight end to have 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's awesome. I'd prefer to win, but if they have a breakout game, I'm okay with it. That's fine with me. But it's just on me to try to play better.
Yeah, I really love what you guys are doing, George, and really trying to not only be the best version of yourself, but help everyone else be the best version of themselves. And I respect it. I just want to make sure I say that. We'll leave it there, fellas. Thank you. Thank you for the time. Best of luck. Have some fun, too. Tight End University. Let's go.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Take care. When we come back here on First Take, Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, the new look Rams causing quite some buzz out west. Does Stephen A. Smith see them as a threat to Dangerous and the Hawks? Stay here.